Welcome to another edition of Glenn's Hometown News. If you've spent any significant time here in the Pacific Northwest, then you've probably gone camping a time or two. But there's a relatively new offshoot of camping called glamping, which is short for glamorous camping. And here in southeastern Washington, it's a popular recreational activity for those of us, like myself, that don't like to get their hands too dirty. Well, I checked out one of these glamping sites and couldn't wait to book my next weekend getaway. Take a look. Running water at a campground? Old school campers would balk at the sight. True, this is not your grandfather's idea of camping. It's a new fad called glamping, where the beauty of Mother Nature meets some modern day amenities. This particular glamping site is located in the quaint little city of Zillah, population 3,000. Zillah has several tourist attractions that you've probably heard of, such as the Teapot Dome service station and the Church of Godzilla, one of my personal favorites. But it was here at Cherrywood Bed, Breakfast and Barn that I stumbled across a glamping site whose beauty took my breath away. Pepper Fuel is the owner of the B&B, and I asked her what the genesis was for starting the business.
The kids were gone, and I was sitting here on the porch one day and I said, you know, we should kind of share this with everyone. I said, it's so pretty living here.
Pepper and her husband are farmers, and they purchased this sprawling 78-acre property back in 1985 to farm cherries and apples. But it wasn't until the early 2000s when she began giving invitational wine tours to friends who would pitch tents on their property that the planning for a bed and breakfast first began.
My husband said, why don't you put up a teepee? I said, oh, how fun.
So one teepee went up, then another. They now have 6 in total. And these aren't just any teepees. They're furnished with comfy beds, refrigerators, towels, shower shoes, and most other hotel toiletries in case you left anything at home. There are also fans to keep you cool in the summer and electric blankets to keep you warm on those brisk autumn nights. And the concept took off from the get-go.
We were blessed. I've never put a cent into advertising. I have no idea how it just kind of spread. We would do these rides and people started telling other people, and it was word of mouth. And then the press found us. And I think because of the rescue, it gave it a different spin.
Yes, the horses. Like this pretty girl named Ginger, who wasn't camera shy. She must get that from me. Pepper grew up with horses and began rescuing them around the time the first teepees went up. Her husband told her she could rescue as many as she wanted, as long as she could find a way to pay for it. And that's where the bed and breakfast comes in.
Horses are expensive, and we have them vet checked every spring. They get all their shots, shoeing and trimming every 6 to 8 weeks. And because we don't have enough pasture, because we do the orchard, we feed pretty much year round.
In the 15 years that Cherrywood has been in operation, they've never been without guests. Not surprising with views like this. All the revenue generated from the B&B just about covers their horse rescue operation, which keeps them quite busy, as they typically have 26 to 30 horses, rescuing 3 to 4 every year. But the horses work for their living, as the B&B offers trail rides to local wineries as part of the glamping experience.
Wineries are great to work with. They've just helped us, you guys. Every winery here has been more than generous, and they'll say, oh, please bring your guests.
For those who aren't interested in the 4-hour horseback ride to the wineries for lunch, you can always stay put and walk on the trails through the orchards and barbecue right outside your teepee on your own private patio, which also has its own bathroom and shower. But the real treat here are the secluded outdoor bathtubs.
Sign your name for the hour that you wish. It's private. You just go down there and it's open air and you look up at the stars.
On the weekends, a home-cooked breakfast is provided by Pepper herself. After our day together, I asked her what she thinks draws people to this place.
It's quiet. Nobody's bothering me. And I've had people with the horses, they've actually got off and cried because it has been so moving and so, they haven't felt that for years. And isn't that a good thing?
And people have come to Cherrywood from as far away as Germany, Japan, England, and Australia to get away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. But for Pepper, her bed and breakfast is really only about one thing.
Every day I look out there and here's a life we saved.
As a big animal lover myself, the story really touched my heart as Pepper and her daughter, who's her business partner, are doing such a wonderful thing there. Now, if you're interested in renting out a teepee and helping their horse rescue program, their season runs from April through October, and reservations are required as they usually book out a few weeks in advance. Now, if you have an interesting or unique story in your hometown, send me a message at the email below, and I'll see you on the road. Time now to check in with another horse lover, Tim Adams, and our full weather forecast. Hey, Tim.